Aquarius, welcome to your weekly horoscope for April 20th to the 26th, 2026. My name's Adeana. I'm an intuitive astrologer. Aquarius, this week is about your voice and how you use it, how you hold it back, and how you shape your reality. Because right now, your words are not just communication, they are creation, they are direction, they are power. And what you say, how you say it, and when you say it matters more than usual. We start the week off on April 20th with an intense and focused activation in your third house of communication, mindset, learning, and daily interactions. We have Mercury forming a conjunction to both Mars and Saturn in Aries. And we are still very much in the Mars Saturn conjunction energy that we had April 19th. This is mental pressure. This is clarity and discipline in your thinking. This is you becoming intentional with your words, setting boundaries in conversations, and communicating with authority and precision. You may be having serious conversations or even making important decisions or taking your ideas more seriously. This is where your voice becomes structured. However, you do have to watch for frustration, conflict, irritability, harsh communication. You may feel misunderstood or like conversations are tense or confrontational. This is where you may need to slow down a little bit. Not every thought needs to be spoken immediately, and not every conversation needs to be won. Choose your words with intention because they carry weight right now. Then we get to April 23rd, and the energy shifts because we have Venus forming a conjunction to Uranus in your fourth house of home, family, and emotional foundation. This is the final conjunction between Venus and Uranus and Taurus because we have Uranus entering Gemini this week, which we will get into. But this is a breakthrough moment in your personal life. This could bring positive changes in your home environment. This could bring a sense of emotional freedom or even a realization about what stability truly means to you. You may even feel inspired to make changes in your living situation or redefine what home means and feels like to you. This is liberation in your foundation. However, you do have to watch for instability because it is Uranus, sudden changes in the home, or emotional unpredictability. Something may shift quickly, but it's showing you where your foundation needs to evolve. You may need to stay flexible at this time. Just remember that true stability is built on authenticity, not control. Then we get to April 24th, and we have Venus moving into your fifth house of creativity, joy, romance, and self expression. This is when the energy begins to lighten. This is creativity flowing, romantic energy increasing, and a deeper connection to what makes you feel alive. You may feel more expressive, more playful, or more open to love and inspiration at this time. This is where your light returns. However, you do need to watch for distraction, escapism, or chasing temporary pleasure instead of meaningful fulfillment. You need to try and stay present and grounded. Joy is meant to nourish you, not distract you from what matters. Then we get to April 25th, and this is where everything begins to shift long term. We have Uranus entering Gemini and beginning this 8-year long transit in your fifth house. So, this is where you are experiencing evolution in your creativity, self expression, and romantic life. This is a creative awakening. This can bring innovation, inspiration, and new ways of expressing yourself. You may even feel drawn to different creative outlets, unconventional forms of expression, or relationships that stimulate you mentally and creatively. This is freedom in how you express who you are. But you do have to watch for instability or inconsistent creative energy or even unpredictability within romantic partnerships or romance. You may feel like things are changing quickly, but this is about discovering what truly excites and fulfills you. And wherever you are stagnant, Uranus is going to shake that ground and liberate you. Then we get to April 25th, and we have the sun in your fourth house forming a square to Pluto in your first house of identity and self. This is a powerful moment of internal transformation. you may feel tension between your inner world and who you are becoming. There may be emotional triggers or power struggles, or even a sense that something within you is shifting and it could feel uncomfortable. This could be really empowered energy. This could be you stepping into truth and releasing outdated versions of yourself. However, you do have to watch for control or resistance, or even trying to hold on to who you've been instead of allowing yourself to evolve. You are not meant to stay the same. You are meant to transform. And that is where the conflict can take place. And then on April 26th, we have Mercury in your third house forming a square to Jupiter in your sixth house of work, routine, and health. This creates tension between your thoughts and your responsibilities. You may feel mentally overwhelmed, like you have too many ideas and not enough structure to execute them. Conversations around work or daily life may feel exaggerated or overwhelming at this time. This is great energy for problem solving. This is you finding ways to align your thinking with your actions. However, you do have to watch for overthinking, overcommitting, and trying to do too much at once. The best thing to do at this time is to simplify, focus on what's essential, and then let go of the rest. And then also on the same day, we have Venus in your fifth house, forming a sextile to Neptune in your third house. This is inspired expression. This is where your words, your creativity, and your emotions come together in a way that feels natural and meaningful. This is where you can communicate from your heart. This is where you can create from inspiration and connect with others on a deeper level. This is where things begin to flow. Aquarius, this week is about your voice, your creativity, and your identity. You are being asked to become more intentional with how you think, how you speak, and how you express yourself, because your reality is shaped by these things. And when you align them with truth, everything begins to change. Your voice is power, and this week, you're learning how to use it.